Coming up on Look Today, well, Saratoga PLAN wants to raise money to fund the $1 million purchase of Camp Boyhaven to protect it from land development. I've got details. Plus, the town of Lake George will be holding a public hearing tonight. More on that coming up. Plus, New York State Comptroller DiNapoli urges local governments to limit the dumping of wastewater overflows into the Hudson River. All ahead on Look Today. Welcome, everyone. I'm Jay Hood Jackson. This is Look Today. On tonight's program, I sit down with Kelly Martin. She's president of the New York Wildlife Rehabilitation Council. And we're joined by Lori LaFond, who's the executive director, Friends of the IBA. And we're also joined by Mary Beth Wagner. She's a volunteer and a horticulturist for Friends of IBA. And they're here to talk about the upcoming Winter Raptor Fest. It's this weekend, the Washington County Fairgrounds. I also sit down with Dylan Ratigan. He's a candidate for the House of Representatives, New York 21st Congressional District. And he's here to talk with us about his background and reasons for running. It's part one of my interview with him. Plus, we've got your weather for the Tri-North counties. But first, these headline stories. Well, in our lead story, Saratoga PLAN wants to raise money to fund the $1 million purchase of Camp Boyhaven to protect it from land development. Now, the town of Milton, who was going to purchase the land, did not meet the May 11 deadline, and it was set by the Twin Rivers Council for the Boy Scouts of America. Now, the town is hoping to get an extension at tonight's meeting. The community came out in support of saving the camp, as more than 300 individuals have pledged over $117,000 on Saratoga PLAN's website. Now, we're at their office today, and we spoke to Executive Director Maria Trapka about the extension.
The Boy Scouts have not extended the deadline, but the town is thinking that perhaps with some additional funding to help the Boy Scouts with their carrying costs over these couple of months extra that the town needs, that they may be able to get another deadline.
In other news, well, the town of Lake George will be holding a public hearing tonight on the proposed rule for changes in Diamond Point Beach. Now, late-night access to the beach has caused controversy in the town. The town website states that beach hours are 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. However, a relaxed enforcement of the rules has led to confusion among citizens who become used to going to the beach whenever they want. Now, if you're catching an early broadcast, the meeting starts tonight at 6 p.m. at the town center in Lake George. Well, Town Supervisor Dennis Dickinson hopes this meeting will help clarify the rules for future access and use of the beach. Now, we're in Lake George today, and we spoke to him about this.
The Diamond Point Beach rules and regulations have changed in the last few years. They've had a lot of changes, and we're hoping to solidify them so everybody knows what's going on, and we're going to have a public hearing and let everybody know what we're trying to do. So we'll be establishing hours and protocols and talking about some of the things we're doing at the beach, hopefully to improve it.
Switching from news to weather. Well, today, kind of cloudy on the cool side. Temps in the high 60s. Let's see how the week is shaping up. For a more detailed look at our weather, let's head to the Glens Falls Weather Center for a look at your first forecast.
Thanks, Jesse. I'm meteorologist Clarence Foster with your first look forecast update on Look TV. Right now, we currently have a stationary front across the Midwest, even a tropical system towards the Florida Peninsula. We're dry, at least from earlier today. Here's a closer view. Some of these showers and storms are advancing into parts of the Mid-Atlantic. You can see there is a stationary front and that can provide some severe weather through parts of the Midwest and into portions of the Mid-Atlantic, but we're going to stay dry, at least at this model, for tonight, and then we could be in on some of the shower chances as we go along into early to midweek, especially by Tuesday night as that low pressure system advances towards our area. May see a few showers overnight, so pack the umbrellas just in case. 57 degrees. Slight shower chance through the early morning hours with temperatures upper 50s to lower to mid 60s. And we could have about 30 to 40% shower and storm chance on Tuesday. High of 72. Northwest wind at 5 to 8 miles per hour. 49 to Tuesday night low, then partial sunshine and dry Wednesday and Thursday. Temperatures will rise into lower to mid 70s. Overnight lows will drop to about 50 degrees. Then by Friday and Saturday, be prepared for a 30% chance of showers Friday, then a more likely chance on Saturday with a high of 69 degrees, and will drop to 56 Saturday night. That was your forecast update on First Look Weather on Look TV. I'm meteorologist Clarence Foster. Now let's take you back to you, Jesse.
Thanks very much, Clarence. Okay, back to the news. Well, New York State Comptroller Tom DiNapoli is urging state and local officials to limit their dumping of wastewater overflows into the Hudson River. Glens Falls, Washington County, and Ticonderoga Sewer District 5 hold special permits which allow them to do this. Well, DiNapoli proposes the creation of a capital asset and infrastructure council that will allocate state investments to upgrade treatment plants. Now, we're in contact with them today, and tomorrow we'll be speaking with the Glens Falls treatment plant, and we'll have more for you then. Up next, I sit down with Kelly Martin, president of the New York Wildlife Rehabilitation Council, joined by Mary Beth Wagner, who's a volunteer for Friends of the IBA, and they're here to talk about the upcoming Winter Raptor Fest. That's this weekend at the Washington Fairgrounds. Plus, I also sit down with Dylan Ratigan. He's a candidate for the House of Representatives, New York, Congressional District 21, and he's here to talk to us about his background and reasons for running. But first, if you see news happening, you want to share a story idea, how about join us for an interview? Then give us a call on the hotline. The number is 798-8000. Well, that's all the time we have for this edition of Look Today. I got a special look out tonight. I got word over the weekend that a close friend, personal friend, Jeff Townsend, passed away. Now, I just seen Jeff a week ago. As usual with Jeff, time flies by. We trade remarks about everything from politics to music to the upcoming Saratoga Fair, because for decades, Jeff has run the fair. And Jeff was a real, straightforward, no-nonsense, curious person. He's engaging, and he's very kind-hearted. You were a friend before you were anything else. And it's not an empty accolade. There are very few people you meet who have no pretense and just enjoy life. Anyone close to Jeff, comment on his laugh. I don't know where this laugh came from, but he gave new meaning to gut laugh, and it rolled out in practically every single sentence. He was quick-witted, he's funny as hell. I'll give you an example. When I asked him last week why the Axe women of Alaska were not coming back to the fair, he fired back so fast I couldn't even breathe. He just said, you know what? I just can't get him out of my house. I'm really so grateful to have called him my friend. Bye, Jeff.